Alright, welcome back to another video, everyone. I know it's a little late into the year to do this. It's almost end of January, but I want to do a little 2025 YouTube rewind for my YouTube channel and everything that happened this year involving fishing and like everything I did, just so I could have a little summary of all of the best moments of 2025. Alright, we're going to get right into it, and to start, in the early parts of the year, it got really cold and it actually ended up freezing. And I was able to go ice fishing for the first time. I just went once with my friend. We didn't have any of the right gear. I don't think I had one piece of ice fishing gear. I just used all the other stuff that I had. We borrowed augers from people and just used like trout rods. We didn't catch anything, but it still was super cool to experience ice fishing for the first time ever. And it is getting really cold right now, so we're hoping that it's going to freeze up again this year, because for the next like 2 weeks it's gonna be in the teens and 20s. And I did get some of the right gear, and my friends also got some ice fishing gear, so we're really hoping that it ends up freezing again this year. Another huge highlight from this year is a new rod and reel combo that I bought. I got the Corrado DC 200 and the Bass Pro Shops Pro Qualifier rod. I bought this rod as like a big bait rod because I wanted to do some muskie fishing, some like glide bait fishing for bass. So I thought I might as well get a really nice combo that I'd get to use a lot. For some of the earlier videos I was trying to catch my first fish on that, and I finally did eventually, after some struggle, but I made it happen. And I had a good time fishing this rod. Later in the year, I did get to use it for the main purpose that I really want to get it for, which is muskie fishing. I must have gone muskie fishing like 8 times. I went on a boat about 6 times, maybe 5 times, and I went from the bank like 2 or 3 times. And I had one. I eventually had one muskie. I never posted any of it because the best thing that happened was I had one on. My friend also had some bites, and he had one on at one point. I didn't get his on camera, but I got mine on camera, so I'll show you guys that clip. And who knows, Michael had a lot of action from the side, so maybe I'll have some luck too. Oh my god, I got one. Oh my god. Holy crap. I need to loosen my drag. No! Oh my god, dude. How did I lose him? That was a huge muskie. But sadly, I couldn't land him. I did get to learn a lot though about muskie fishing, so it was a good experience. And so hopefully I'll be able to get out early this year for muskies, and also again in the fall. And hopefully I'll finally catch my first muskie. Earlier in the year, like in the springtime, Drew and I were going fishing quite a lot, and we got to try a bunch of spots and even a new pond, and that video was really fun to film. We got to film it like going into nighttime, and it was a really fun time to catch some fish at a new spot that we'd never tried before. Alright, next up we got spring break for this year. I filmed I think 4 videos where we were catching pickerel. There were some bass, but it was still a little too early for the bass, and a ton of big crappies. We fished pretty much every single day of the break. Pickerels being the main highlight. I got to catch them on big like blazing worms, big Alabama rigs, and those were the 2 main things that worked well for me. Twice during the trip we got to go trout fishing. We got to try this really cool spot that was in a park. I think it's the World's End Park, where we were staying, and we got to fish the river or creek there, whatever it is. Oh, there we go. Fish on. Finally got one. Look at that. It was just super cool to fish there. We got to catch some trout. We were lucky enough to be there during the restocking, and we really lucked out with the timing there. And on the last day of the trip, and we went out on the lake just for like an hour or two, I didn't even bring my GoPro because I wasn't expecting much, and I'd already filmed so many videos throughout the week. This was the first time I hadn't taken my GoPro out during fishing the whole year, and I caught my personal best bass on a weightless white blazing worm. I set the hook on it, and I was like, that's something different. That's really big. It jumped. My dad and I thought it was a walleye. It was so big. We had no clue what it was, but we got it in. Luckily, we had a net because of the pickerels. They can be hard to get in the boat, so we had the net prepared. Somehow that thing fit in the net, and it ended up being a 6.4 pound largemouth bass. Great way to end off the trip. Sadly, I didn't catch it on camera. It's crazy how all my PBs I've caught for largemouth have always been off camera, but I'd rather catch it and not get it on camera than to not catch it at all. During this trip, I also caught some personal best crappies. I don't remember exactly how long they were. I think they were about like 13 inches, maybe 14 at max. But those were by far the biggest crappies I've ever caught and some of the best crappie fishing I've ever experienced. Next up this year, I saved up and finally bought a kayak, my own kayak. It's a Pelican Catch Mode 110. I've never owned my own canoe or kayak or boat before. I've always just fished with my dad from his canoe, but I thought it was finally time, since I'm able to drive, that I'd get my own boat that I could handle on my own and use whenever I want to go fishing on my own, and so that's what I did. I used this thing a bunch this year, had a lot of success on it. It worked out really well. Highly recommend the kayak. No problems with it. And it opened up some new opportunities. For example, this one day we went out and I took the kayak and I was using these 5-inch black Senkos, straight black, no blue. I decided to do this color since the water was really murky, and I ended up catching a lot of nice fish. I even caught like a 4-pounder, I think, and it was a really great time. And that was definitely the highlight day from the kayak this year. Fish on. Might be a good one. Oh, that's a good one. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that. He wasn't fighting at first. Oh my God, that's like a 5. Holy crap. Oh, he just popped up. There we go. That's like a 4.5-pounder right there. Huge bass. Got a quick measurement. 21 inches. 21 inches, yeah. Woo! Look at that. That's a beauty. And like I said earlier in this video, I got to use it a bunch for muskie fishing. Sadly, I didn't catch any muskies from it, but it was still a good learning experience for next year and for the future. Another moment that I sadly wasn't filming for was when we were fishing this little creek, which I've actually filmed a video at before. We were there for just little creek fish like panfish and smallmouth, and we came across this hole that had some big smallmouths. And they didn't want to bite the lures, so what we did was we caught a little like minnow or creek chub and put it on the hook, and immediately a smallmouth took it. And as I was reeling the smallmouth in, an even bigger smallmouth bit the minnow and hook out of the smaller smallmouth's mouth. And I think I had both of them hooked at one point, but the bigger one ended up being the one that stayed on the hook till I got it in. And it was just a crazy moment that would have been cool to catch on camera, but we still got a nice picture of that smallmouth. Alright, so the final thing for this video is probably my biggest video I've ever done. Definitely the longest. It's an hour and a half. It's my Alaska video, which I premiered on Christmas. It was basically a video from every single day of the trip. It was a 2-week trip, but it ended up really being like 13 days. So it was like 13 like mini videos all in one. Fishing, sightseeing, hiking, like boat tours, everything that you can do in Alaska. It was an amazing trip. My expectations were more than met. Super great time. I got to catch all 5 species of salmon. We also got to catch some huge halibut for the first time, and we had a really great time, and I'm really proud of that video. And it's probably one of my best videos I've ever made. Took forever to make, but it was well worth it, and I'm glad I got to make it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the main highlights from 2025. I'm really thankful for all of the great moments and highlights from 2025. And I'm hoping that 2026 will be just as good, with even more crazy fish catches and awesome moments. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one.